My name is Nico Rodriguez. My tag is Ryobeat. I am 23 years old and I currently live in Brooklyn, New York. I am still in college, but I'm studying to become a high school English teacher. So a lot of my time is just spent at a high school working with kids. It's super fun. So I've been studying teaching since maybe 2018. Because most colleges, like, you go to first 2 years are gen ed, second 2 years your major. So in 2018, I started doing I did one class that was at a high school. Then I did volunteer SAT stuff, and then I started running my own SAT program, and then I worked at a school. Now I teach at a school. So that step by step, starting from 2018.
How long have you been student teaching this year?
This is day 26 that I'm on. I've been keeping track just because it's tiring. I'm trying to count myself down, but yeah, I've been teaching maybe since September 15th, so I'm maybe around halfway.
Why Melee? Can you explain the appeal of Melee for people who don't know the difference between Smash games?
Melee's a game, compared to other Smash games, that has a lot of freedom of movement, and I think people like a lot of the technical aspects of it. It's been around for 20 years, so it's a game that clearly has been long-standing throughout all of fighting games in general. And one special thing about Melee is that it's never been online, and it's still lasted for 20 years. And so I think people really like the grassroots aspect of it, where it's just you had to go to somebody's house to play. You had to go to the local. Nintendo never supported, so we kind of all had to do things ourselves, and I think that made more tight-knit scenes. So the combination of fast execution and tech skill and mechanics combined with the grassroots, everyone does the work type of thing, really made for a big community here.
Which character do you play, and why do you play her?
So I play Peach in Melee. I play her because she's really fast and technical, but in a more nuanced way compared to other characters. I played her because I really like this player named Armada, who who played the best Peach in the world by far. But I feel like I liked all the other players, but I just liked playing in that, as the character Peach. So I took a lot of other people's playstyles that they had for other characters and just kind of brought it to Peach. So my Peach looks a little different in a lot of ways, but yeah, I just like how Peach kind of moves and her game plans.
When did you start getting into Melee?
My first tournament was Apex 2012, so I've probably been playing for about 10 years now. I just started with my brother was really competitive. I want to beat him at Smash. And then when he grew out of it, he was like, oh, you got to beat this other kid that's on the block. I play him, and I beat him in Brawl, but he's like, no, the real game is Melee. And I got bodied. I was just like, fuck. And so I practiced. I looked up competitive Melee, and then somehow I Googled Apex, and I showed up, and that's where it all started.
How did you get into TOing for the Nightclub?
Funny story. So there was a player who got banned. He used to run this tournament. It was called Hax's Nightclub, and he got banned for harassing a player in a really detailed and crazy way. I think he might be banned for a year or so. New York City has never really been a place that's very well staffed. Even with Hax doing that, he did so much work, and the next best person was just. It's when I say unqualified, it meant more so that they haven't had a lot of experience in the scene, and they didn't know how to build and work through things, right? And so if it wasn't for Hax, we wouldn't have this tournament at all. And so once he left, there was just a big hole to fill. But I think since I've been playing for maybe 10 years, and I've been a community leader in Tri-State for maybe that whole time, a top player, I've run some tournaments, and I've assisted, and I've worn a lot of hats. I would say that me and Hax were definitely the two central figures in Tri-State. The Me Too movement that happened in Smash, and when we made a statement of speaking out against sexual assault and sexual violence and stuff like that, it was me and Hax who signed it, because people were yeah, these are the people that represent Tri-State. So when Hax was gone, I think I was the logical next choice, and that's how I got here. The thing I think about every day is just I am building a community of people to have a good time. And that's my number one goal no matter what. And that obviously includes a lot of diversity, right? I want all genders to feel accepted, all sexualities, all races and stuff like that. Every day I'm just what it feels like to me is just I'm thinking about every single person in the venue and every possible person that could be in the venue, and thinking about how they can feel the most comfortable, how they could have the most fun, feel the most celebrated, feel the most safe. All of those things are things I like think about constantly. And so when I'm doing like any social media or any planning, it's like those are kind of like the core things I'm thinking about before I do anything.
How do you balance this passion for student teaching versus balancing your passion with Melee and tournament?
I don't sleep. Don't sleep is all I think about. It's the only thing I do. I cut a lot of my social life, but I'm currently doing full-time teaching. Plus I'm doing 2 college classes. Plus I'm TOing this. Plus I got to grade and do homework and all that stuff. So like I'm working something between 50 to 55 hours plus commuting, like some crazy number. How do I balance it? It's just like, I don't know. Just I think honestly, just keeping lots of communication open, like letting people know when I'm like kind of burnt out, when I need help. Always getting. Honestly, I do get enough sleep. Like I have like a strict. Like all my roommates think look at me really weird. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, all right, going to bed. They're like, no way, you're going to bed. I'm like, no, I am really going to bed because I wake up at 5:50, and I've like tried to not deviate from like not getting. Like I always try to get 8 to 9 hours sleep. Always try to eat kind of okay. Always try to take breaks, even if it means I don't do homework. Like just kind of prioritizing like my physical health a little bit, my mental health. I meditate every day, which I didn't used to do, and that's really helped. Stuff like that. I think the core thing that's really hard about being a TO is just like managing everything that's happening in the venue at once. And so like I am constantly walking around just seeing that like people are playing their sets, people are having a good time, all the setups work. I see people having a good time. If anyone has any questions about how to get more involved or they have a friend that wants to come, I'm always just like keeping my ear out so I can be like, oh, I need to help that person. I need to show them the Discord. But I always wanted to be like, I was really competitive to be like a community leader to treat other people better. Because I hated seeing anybody treat someone bad, whether it was a top player, a teacher, some school figure. Like, I just got so mad.
What is your favorite part about being a hands-on figure in the New York City Melee scene?
I love crowds. I think there are some people that have like a weird thing about crowds. Like some players find it a little annoying. I love it so much. Even if I'm getting cheered against, it's just like a big sign that 1, everybody's having fun, and 2, like people really care about like what's going on. And so like when we have like the game on the projector over there, like, and there's a crowd of 30 people screaming for something, like I just love seeing them. Like, yes, people are just as excited about this game as I am internally. Even if I'm not screaming, I'm just like, I'm so happy people like it to that degree.
Oh, amazing forward air. I understand that Wally's going for a crash cancel punish, because why not, right? He's just chilling there. Like, why not? Just like stay there, hold down.
Oh my gosh.
The quickest of nairs.
Wally takes
and
it.
East Coast pops off. All right. Well, Wally defended the tri-state. NJ all day.
I hope it's not like bursting any bubbles to anybody here, but sometimes I even like try to get hype because it's a little quiet, because I want to like show that like you can be loose and you can be excited about things you enjoy.
Huh? Oh yeah. Okay, Nico has something to say.
Chat, all together now, okay? East Coast, 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 East Coast.
How can a viewer of this documentary help support their local Smash/fighting game community scene?
The 2 biggest things is 1, come, and come consistently. Like coming to the local, I think the local is the most important part, just because those are the people that you're going to see every single week and that you can make real connections with. Like if you just go to a national every 3 months, that's fun too, but it's closer to like attending conventions than it is being part of a community. And so I think getting to know your local community and showing up for them is a big thing, but also honestly just making friendships. Like when you sit down on a setup with somebody, just like turn to them and be like, hey, where are you from? My name is so-and-so. I come from this area. I start playing in this year. And just like building that connection and making friends. I think that's the best way to like get involved and just have a good time and help others have a good time, because at the end of the day, like, you know, it's a serious competition. People win money, but it's really just like a big social event for a really cool video game. And like a big part of making that better is just making sure everybody has a fun time at the social event. So if you want to get in contact with me directly, you know, as a TO involved in Tri-State Melee and stuff like that, you can follow me at Ryobeat. Super straightforward on Twitter. I answer all my DMs. I check all my notifications. And if you want to support the NYC Melee scene, Also follow at NYC Melee on Twitter. We post all the time about like Discord links and where we're hosting events and really just exciting moments that we have all the time. And so, you know, check that out. And also just like, please come to the venue. Like, it's so much better when you get to meet people and talk to people and make that connection that like, it just can't be matched online. So definitely, please support your locals and come through.
Okay, pretty much last stock here. This is game 4, though.
Game 4. So if Kadoran wins, he's got to win another game.
Right.
But if Akla wins this tournament, and again, it's basically just who is going to get the other one out of crouch council percent? Is Akla going to be landing all these bombs and boomerangs? Is he going to be putting the shield pressure on?
Okay.
Is Kadoran going to get these tech chases?
Oh!
The get-up attack to mix up Kadoran and not let him get a clean hit.
Oh!
Nair
Okay!
misses the forward air.
Oh, I thought, dude.
And gets kind of reversal by Kadoran. Oh, that's
Oh!
big.
Oh,
That's
that's
the stop.
it!
And that's the
Akla takes
tournament.
it!
And Akla defends New York City.